Ho ho ho! This festive episode of Reverse Swirl, that's right, I've seen the film, Kevin hasn't, is brought to you with the support of our backers over at patreon.com/CinemaSwirl. $5 OTP backers get instant access to every episode of our monthly exclusive bonus show, Cinema Swirl, where Kevin and I review bad movies. And this month, in fact, right now, we've reviewed Santa's Sleigh. It's a Christmas comedy horror thing starring Goldberg from wrestling. Goldberg is in it, so we've reviewed that. And that's over on the Patreon. There's 80 episodes of Cinema Swirl now, plus a bunch of reverse swirls, plus a bunch of other bonus content. If that sounds of interest, then why not head over this festive season to patreon.com/CinemaSwirl to find out more. All right, let's get reverse swirling. Reverse Swirl! It's Christmas, we're reviewing Muppets. I'm in heaven. It's episode number 7, and it's me, Sam Chaplin, I take charge, and I'm driving home for Christmas. I take a look at the driver next to me, he's terrified. I'm driving in reverse down the motorway, it's scary, but we're here on Reverse Swirl. We're watching... Right, no, I've not lost it, I've not lost control, I'm fine. It's a film that I've seen, and that Kevin hasn't. And no. I have had the flu. We have had to reschedule this. We'll come back to that. But I'm here with my PTO, Kevin, paid time off. It's Kevin, man. Kevin, how are you doing here on Reverse Swirl?
I'm good, yeah. Wow, yeah. 7 reverse swirls, yeah. 7 movies I've not seen. How about that?
Yeah, what's wrong with you, mate? Why have you not seen any of them bloody films, eh? Huh?
And I notice this is also fits into a theme of most of them are either James Bond movies or Christmas movies.
Yes. Well, we have reserved a lot of this for modern Bonds. But let's talk about the modern Bonds that we share with each other, which is
very good
mates hanging out and watching Christmas films at the festive time of year. And today, film du jour, and I can't believe you haven't seen this, and you will have heard me talk about this with surprise on previous episodes. It's the Muppet... Hold on. Let me just... I've seen this loads of times.
It is written on your shirt, I've noticed here
it
as
is,
well.
Yes, okay. Yeah.
So if you just want to read yourself, that might help you out in this situation.
I didn't know whether it was A Muppet's Christmas Carol or The Muppet's Christmas Carol. It is, in fact, and I'm wearing a T-shirt.
The Muppet singular.
It's The Muppet Christmas Carol, everyone.
Who is The Muppet?
Well, that's one of my questions that I'm going to ask you later on. Okay, so he knows one of the Muppets. Before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, if I sound a bit croaky, or if at the top when I'm doing my little spiel, I ran out of breath really quick and didn't realise.
Croaky like Kermit,
like a frog, like a croaky old frog. We have had to reschedule this. I did get the flu.
As did I.
As did Kevin. If I sound bad now, this is the best I've sounded for 7 days. I did send Kevin a voice note.
Yes.
In the week. I will now, through the magic of technology, play a little snippet of that for you at home. Here we go. Here we go. Wrong clip.
Good
Sorry,
stuff.
Hold on. Let's just wait a second. Here it is. Okay, we've got it now. Sorry, I'm just still getting used to the soundboard technology there. So now, right, this is it. This is the voice memo I sent to Kevin. So if you want to have a little listen to this, please.
Hello, just giving you a quick update. I sound like this. And as much as that's funny to sound like the first episodes of Cinema Swirl, it's not great for audio. So,
oh dear. So that's where I was when we were meant to be recording this. So this is actually me sounding better.
I told Sam in the Cinema Swirl men's group chat that I thought that was. So he sounded like an attorney rigging me with bad news. You know. Like there was kind of a monotony, but also like it's serious. It's not flippant monotony that we've got on here. That's actually emphasizing the serious nature of what's going on. So he had the flu, I had the flu, and my pregnant wife had her precious flu vaccine. So it was just her and the unborn child doing fucking handstands and backflips, while your two friends, Sam and Kevin here, were like...
Yeah, we were suffering. But Kevin, we're all better now.
Well, hopefully, because if this movie is shite, then my suffering will continue, albeit in a twisted new form.
Yes, I tried to play a cheering sound effect when I said we're all better now, and it straight up didn't work. But that's fine. That's okay. I've had too much fun playing with the sound.
This is what happens when Sam gets his hands on the wheel. He quite literally and figuratively tries to take this podcast to strange new places. The only fucking sound effects you're getting on regular Cinema Swirl, mate, is fucking phones falling down from people laughing and slightly losing their grip on their device.
Yes.
Yeah?
Right, Kevin. Okay, it's Reverse Swirl. You've not seen this. I've got some questions for you about The Muppet Christmas Carol. People have a lot of nostalgia for this film, including me. We'll come to that later. This is a big deal. People love this. How did you miss it? Why have you not seen it, please?
I'm not a Muppets guy. There you go. Look, I'm not a Muppets guy. Never was a Muppets guy. I think I fell into that age group where Muppets had kind of... Because Muppets kind of rise and fall. They're an economy in of themselves, I feel. Like they're kind of... Their status quo rises and falls. Whereas like my brother's generation, like they were like bred on Muppet Babies and stuff like that, you know. And I fucking made a generation of Muppet Babies, you don't mind me saying so as well. But you know, by the time I came around to Muppets wasn't really as big a deal when I was growing up.
Okay.
And I think part of that is that I think Muppets themselves, the actual franchise, had hit hard times.
Yeah.
In the mid to late 90s, perhaps.
Yes.
After some of its heydays in the late 70s and throughout the 80s. And also, like, and I have to be very fucking careful because like, there's people in my fucking social circles, some of whom are older than me, some of whom are younger than me. And it's literally like I'm talking like about fucking family members when you talk about these fucking weird puppets. Like, they're like,
Weird,
but
weird is not great. Weird puppets. I don't love that. But go on.
They're not. See, there you go. Oh no, it's like saying you have a weird uncle. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
like, you know, it's
Uncle Kermit.
They're weird. Your uncle's weird, mate. Like he's fucking weird. Like you know.
Your uncle's
not. Your uncle's not real. It's your dad's brother. You freak. Come on. Good lord, it's not even real. But like. There's something about the Muppets that just didn't click with me as a youngster. And I think I've spent a deal of time before talking about how for me as a child, it was like there was chocolate and then there was sweets, and all sweets were shite and chocolate was amazing, right?
Okay.
And then there's animation and there's all this other fucking shite. Don't try and fucking get me with your round the twist nonsense. Your Girl from Tomorrow. Alex Mack is semi-animated. I'll give her that. I'll give her the time of day. But generally speaking, like, if it was like a live action piece of business, I turned my nose up at it, thinking that it was somehow like less than. I was a very picky eater. And I think the Muppets, even though as close as you can get to being animated is puppetry, you know, in real life, I kind of never really clicked with me. It never was something I sought out. I remember like, literally the first time where I'm like, oh right, people love the Muppets. It's like I remember going to like my university town, what would be my university town when my brother went to university. And like his friends, you'd see on the shelf, they'd all have like the Muppet Show on DVD, and that was like and I was like, Muppet, you watched what? And I perhaps believe this is the case as well, having spent some time recently dwelling a lot on my childhood soft toys.
Yes.
Shout out Teddy Wolf. Shout out Rocky Bear.
Teddy Wolf. Yeah.
Freddy Frog and Julian, the homosexual pink hippo, who had a little waistcoat on him. And it was very interesting because Jo also had a pink hippo that was also a homosexual teddy bear when she was a child. Okay. And you know what they say, like as a child, you know, go woke, go broke. Or, you know, you want to go broke, go woke. You know, woke, broke, woke, woke, woko broko, and that I had a gay, and he was Julian, and I was trying to remember why was he called Julian. And then I remember watching a recent season of Taskmaster, and I was like, it's Julian Clary.
Yes,
he was named after Julian Clary,
a 90s homosexual touch point for a lot of people.
Exactly, for a little boy.
Yes,
and he didn't suffer fools gladly. Not to say that Julian had a temper, but he had an acerbic wit like Julian Clary did.
Sure. Yes.
You know. If you were stupid, you wouldn't realise the degree of the put down. But with regards to that, I had so many soft toys with strong personalities, and they all had friendship groups and adventures and did this, that, and the other with each other. that I felt like the Muppets was just a kind of, it was like someone else's soft toy kayfabe.
Okay. Yeah.
I
get what
don't
you're saying.
need the Muppets because Kermit, I've got Freddy Frog.
Yes.
He goes with me on holiday. I can tie his arms like a bowstring around my neck. That's
Okay.
why he was a holiday bear.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it was that.
Okay.
Also, with regards to not suffering fools gladly, my household was definitely not a Muppets household.
Sure.
Because I do remember in like 99 or 2000, there was kind of a Hail Mary Muppets movie that was like, let's try get the franchise going again. Muppets Go to Space.
Yeah.
And I remember going back up to school on Sunday night, because if you're like me and you went to boarding school, you got to go to school on Sunday night.
Ooh.
6 p.m., time to go to school on a Sunday night. You going to watch Simpsons, Kevin? No, I'm going to go on a 90-minute drive to go to school. Yay! Yeah. And there was one, I think it must have been 2000, because we were up in Dublin, and it was like, oh, you can either go right back now at like 4 p.m. to school on a Sunday evening, or we could watch a movie. And the only movie that was on in the cinema was Muppets Go to Space. And my mother looked at the cinema listings and said, I'm not going to see the fucking Muppets.
Okay.
And that was that, like.
Yeah.
So it was very much like there's no negotiation with the 12-year-olds.
Sure.
We don't fuck with Muppets in this house. Now, I have seen the newer Muppets movie.
Okay.
The one where the man became a Muppet.
Yeah. Is he a man or is he a Muppet? Yeah.
But I didn't see the Ricky Gervais Muppets movie.
No.
Because I was waiting until I'd seen Afterlife, and I'm waiting for that to come down on DVD so I can get it for Christmas.
Yes. Okay.
Because I feel Afterlife on DVD. That's how the Gervais fans want me to watch it. You know.
Yeah. That might be one of the saddest things to own, by the way. I don't know if that exists.
I think so.
But I think that would be really sad.
No, it does exist, but it's in cellophane.
Okay.
And
yes.
if you open the cellophane, it immediately rewraps itself. So, yeah, I have seen a Muppets movie.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, the Muppets were on wrestling once.
Yeah.
I think I saw Muppet Treasure Island.
Okay.
I remember liking the blue bird.
Yeah.
He had a square head, and I thought, he's a funny character. He's got a monotone voice and is like an emblem for Americana.
Sam, I think he is. He's Sam the eagle. The sense I'm getting is that you were not of a Muppets household. You didn't really click with Muppets, but I'm hoping that you're not anti-Muppet. Muppets have not necessarily done something to completely put you off Muppet. You're not like Muppets are shit. You just weren't really a Muppet guy.
I must admit, like, when I see people like fucking crying because of Muppets and stuff like that, I'm
okay.
Like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, you know,
okay.
Being like, you know, people getting down on one knee and be like, will you marry me? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like,
okay.
Seriously.
okay, hold on.
You know what time when I see stuff like that and I go, officer, there's two there.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Get them and put them away.
Right, follow-up question. Puppets in general, feelings, please. Puppetry.
I like puppets, yeah.
You like
puppetry?
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
I went to Prague when I was a teenager, and I went back again recently, which is like a puppet hotbed in Eastern Europe. I marvel at puppetry. I think puppetry is one of the most amazing art forms that there is.
Good.
Both the craft of making the items themselves and also the soft manipulation of strings and whatnot. I genuinely, like, I'm like, in being John Malkovich, I'm like, yes, what he thinks about puppets.
Yeah.
I think that.
Okay, good. Right, Muppet Christmas Carol, who's in it? And that can be puppet or non-puppet, please. I think you know this.
Well, Kermit's there, isn't he?
Okay, yeah, Kermit's there. Yeah. Who now?
He's a Protestant Kermit, though, isn't he? Like.
Now, my question to you is I don't know his religious.
You know.
Okay, is Kermit there as himself, as Kermit the Frog, or are these Muppets playing characters? Because this is.
Oh, it's Dickens, right? So
yeah,
he's probably going to be fucking Tiny Tony or whatever it is.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
He's going to be the cripple or whatever.
Okay.
My legs don't work. You know.
Yeah.
Should have believed in the sacraments and it wouldn't have happened to you.
Tell you what, name a few more Muppets. Let's see where you get to.
Fozzie Bear.
Yeah.
Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
There's the one with the hooked nose.
Yes. Yeah.
The mosquito one.
Yeah. He's there.
Gonzo.
Yeah. If I start doing this sort of thing and I'm doing air drumming, does that Ring any bells?
Oh no, that's Oscar the Grouch I'm thinking of.
Okay.
That's it. I will say actually, probably a factor in the not liking Muppets as I grew up. Because I was a Sesame Street toddler. You know, I grew up on.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is, and that's kind of like, you know, I think I think you're different because just those few years I think make a difference. But there was a very firm rejection when I was like 5 and 6 or whatever about like the shit that you watched as a kid, that baby shit.
Right, yeah.
I remember like kids my age being like, Barney, I'm gonna fucking kill you know, like really wanting to do them in.
Yeah.
And the Teletubbies and the Morbegs and all this other fucking shite. And I think that the Muppets, in my mind, were a Sesame Street, Baby Town Frolics type of a thing.
Okay.
So I think maybe subconsciously I was like, I don't like baby shit because I was too busy at 5 years old watching the Batman animated series. I don't want to watch Muppets, Mom. I want to watch a 20-minute dialogue between a mob boss and a priest about how their lives took separate turns and they left the orphanage.
Okay.
Maybe the Joker will show up.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a quick drink while just before I ask my next question.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'll take a quick drink here before I ask you next.
I've got a Kermit mug, a Christmas Kermit mug here that I'm drinking out of. Okay, so who's in this who's not made of felt that you know of?
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine. Okay, yeah. You know,
which I think this is the basis of. They did like kind of parody of this in The Simpsons with Troy McClure being in the Muppets. I'm assuming that Michael Caine being this like kind of actor who probably shouldn't be here for whatever reason.
Yeah. Okay. So we've done a bit of Michael Caine. How do you think he's going to play that? Who does he play? Do you imagine? And how do you think he's going to play that in a cast of Muppets?
Oh, I'm reckoning he's Scrooge. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't.
Okay.
Just because I don't think there's like a singular bad Muppet, is there? There's not a Muppet who's like the baddie, you know?
Not really.
There's not an evil Muppet, is there? Like, you know, there's no like Muppet Hitler, is there? You know?
No, there's not that. So probably Scrooge. What sort of performance do you think Michael's going to give in this?
I mean, what I would like to happen would be for him to play it deadly seriously.
Okay.
Because I think he's a classically trained actor. He's British. If he brings the stoicism to it, and I'm assuming there will be. But on the same token as well, he could be like, you know, putting his foot in a bucket and sing, whoa, you know.
Could be.
Whoa,
yeah. Do you remember much of Muppet Treasure Island? I know you said you'd possibly seen that. Do you remember much of how that went down? It's okay if not. It's all right. No, it's okay. Right.
Sorry, Sam. I was too busy reading the actual novel, Treasure Island, as a child. So,
next question. What's your familiarity with A Christmas Carol?
Oh, I mean, I was literally, you know, I don't think I've read it, no, but I've been it's washed over me. I'm pretty sure I've done a parody of it for some podcast or another over the years, like, you know.
What are the key beats? What happens?
Ghost of Christmas Past, Christmas Future, Christmas Yet to Be.
Yeah.
There's a ghoulie, I think, who kind of preempts that as well.
Yeah.
Seeing your grave going, oh, no.
Okay.
I'm placing this now in the Blackadder Christmas Carol quite a lot.
Why are these guys showing up?
Piggy, Liggy, Loo. Scrooge is he's a kind of a Scrooge, right? Scrooge of a figure, if anything. Sam.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think he's miserly.
Yes, good word.
In the tropes of the time.
Yeah.
I believe he's a symbol, a straw man figure for the working masses to rise up against and hear a nice story as opposed to organising their labour.
Okay.
And that's, I think, what we might have a bit of going on here.
Sure.
He's going to learn his lesson and then he's going to go, you boy, what day is it today? Right? Why, it's England Day!
Yeah, okay.
And then Scrooge is hanging up St. George's crosses everywhere, isn't it? You know. But here's the thing I find very mean is that, like, Scrooge, by his definition, and we even saw this with Scrooge, which I believe we did last year, the year before.
Yeah, we did fucking Scrooge. We've seen this story.
What I find is always awful about poor old Scrooge is that despite the fact that the very nature of his character is that he is redeemed and that he does end up being nice and all that, his name is still a byword for, like, it's not like, oh, you're right, Scrooge, like, what, he's been redeemed. No, he's a fucking
bastard.
arse.
Yeah.
Cheap, miserly, you know, doesn't spend any money. Okay. So what's the point? Scrooge, you can fucking sleep in, like, as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't matter. Your reps in the toilet irrespective of what you do.
I don't think I've heard anyone else described as miserly other than Scrooge. It's the only person I've heard described as miserly.
Scrooge McDuck, and if you ask certain English people on the border, they'll say that about certain Scottish people.
Okay, right. Well, I haven't heard that.
Often Nottingham in the woodlands with his head in the clouds.
Right. Important question for you now, Kevin. And I don't want to lead the witness here. What sort of film is this?
Family comedy.
Okay. Yeah?
But also, it's probably touching in a way that makes, you all feel normal for watching a movie for children with felt puppets.
Okay,
going,
good. Yeah.
And all also, as well, I do want to point out, when I was talking about the majesty of puppetry and stuff like that, like, I don't want to actually misconstrue that I was, like, saying that's what the Muppets are either, because I kind of feel like there's a slight, like, substitute teacher going,
Yeah. Kevin's sort of flailing his limbs around now, and
it's kind of like, if I went on a big, like, beautiful speech about the beauty of animation, I invoked everything from Akira to the original Walt Disney classics, etc.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yes, like this, and you showed me South Park.
okay, yeah, right, yeah.
Kind of this digital storyboard nonsense. Okay. But maybe there's some sophisticated puppetry here. Maybe Kermit will be like manipulating his digits and stuff like that.
I suppose I could ask, like, do you think you're going to see any Muppet legs, or do you think we're going to be purely waist up on these guys?
I think there's going to be a lot of shuffling around with long coats.
Okay,
yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of very carefully placed piles of snow. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
In the fore background, and hell, the middle ground as well.
Yeah. Anything else you're expecting from this? What would a Muppet Christmas Carol look like to you? Anything you think we're definitely going to see?
Well, Sam, the only thing I would say is it wouldn't be a Muppet Christmas Carol without Sausage Roll Swirl.
Oh, here we go. Play the music. Hey.
Sausage Roll Swirl.
Good. Oh, he's got a lovely little Christmas ornament, a little decoration, a little bauble of a sausage roll there. That's lovely, isn't it?
But it's not just any sausage roll. It's a vegan
sausage roll because it's got a little tape around it that says vegan.
I think at Christmas time, it's worth remembering that they are very nice and they are available. And sometimes I go to the Greggs near the Northern Quarter.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even have them in stock there as popular. But sometimes I walk down a cold Salford street.
Yeah.
And I look in on a very sad looking vegan sausage roll made at 9 a.m. that morning.
Yeah.
With everyone too scared to even give it as much as a second look, for worry of causing some minor culture war adjacent offence. So this Christmas, give old vegan sausage roll a go.
Hold on.
And it's a nice ornament.
It's a lovely ornament. Very nice.
It's a very nice ornament.
Yeah.
It hangs on the tree very well. Mm-hmm. Anyone who comes in looks at it and they go, "Oh, sausage, vegan."
Oh,
and I go, "Yeah, what of us? What of us?"
Because before that it was traditional Christmas, but now it's like
now it's some sort of a bohemian Christmas.
Yeah.
And Sam, it's a solid 4 chomps. That's all I can say.
Now, Kevin, can you just hold that up for a second? This is just for the people on the video. I'm just going to get the thumbnails here. So there we go. That's perfect. A Muppet fan and a bloody vegan. What are they going to make of this film, eh?
Are the Muppets vegan, though? Or do they, like, kind of line them with, like, cow innards or something like that? Like, otherwise my felt will perish.
There's pork pie jelly on the inside of those things. Sometimes you see it soak through the felt and it comes out the other side, and it's really horrible. Okay, 2 more things I need to say to you before we get into the mailbag just about this film. Number 1, I love this film. It's very dear to me.
Yes, I gathered.
My family loves it, as in my mum and dad watched it quite a lot when I was a kid. Sophie loves it. We watch it every Christmas Eve now, so I've watched it 5 or 6 times now in the last few years. It's a very special film to me.
So you're breaking your tradition to watch it for the podcast.
Well, we're going to watch it twice this year.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, we will. We'll be watching it on Christmas Eve. Another really important thing I want to say to you: you need to seek out the slightly extended edition, not the theatrical cut. There is a bit that was taken out, and I want you to watch the one with that bit left in, And that's important. I will send you over the details of this, but I think that is very important, and you will find out why later on.
Maybe Muppet Hitler's making an appearance after all.
I need you to see the full cut as it was intended by the filmmakers when they made The Muppet Christmas Carol. So, here on Reverse Swirl, well, we've still got a mailbag, so let's head on over to the mailbag.
Bagged mail.
Welcome to the bagged mail. Here we are in the mailbag. It's Christmas, and we've got some lovely festive questions. If you've got questions, queries, or comments, or other bits and bobs, please send them in to cinemaswirl@gmail.com.
That's cinemaswirl@gmail.com. Festions edition.
Festions. Here's our festions. All the socials or Patreon. These ones all came in from Patreon, and anyway, it's open to the free users. They can put the stuff in. First question comes in. First correspondence comes in from Niall, who writes the following. Question for the both of you. Is there any film you immediately associate with Christmas? Particularly for Sam, as he's seen so few. My answer is this film, The Muppet Christmas Carol. Kevin, thoughts?
I wouldn't say there's any one particular
What says Christmas?
You know?
What says Christmas to you?
What says Christmas to me is watching a lot of movies.
Okay, yeah.
And I think actually what Christmas has become in the last 4 or 5 years in particular is throughout the year, Joe and I will come across movies that are 3 hours long, and we're like, oh, I don't know, well, Christmas though.
Save it for Christmas. Yeah.
Save for Christmas. And then before you know it, it's Christmas, and you've got Amadeus and The Irishman and Once Upon a Time in America and etc.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am not of the belief of having one particular movie one watches at Christmas. I have done that in the past.
Yes.
When I have perhaps had a family Christmas where the viewing has had to be somewhat negotiated and you end up watching some of the same old shite. However, when we have the run of things, we end up watching whatever takes our fancy.
Yeah. That's quite a nice... I think what you're saying there is that the idea of making time to watch movies feels very Christmassy. Yeah, I agree with that.
We have, in the run-up to Christmas, and also coinciding with Joe being in the third trimester of madness,
yes,
we've been going to bed an hour or two earlier and watching a movie at night time instead, which has led to me to finally getting a Letterboxd account.
Ah, yes. Kevin, how would people access your Letterboxd account if they want to? Do you not want them to? Question mark.
Kevin Mann with an F.
Yeah.
And there's all the movies there. And if you've got opinions, boy, you can have them.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you to Niall for your question there. Next correspondence comes in from Michael. He writes the following. Imagine a world where Cinema Swirl action figures are the must-have toys this Christmas. What accessories would the Kevin and Sam figures come packaged with? And what type of vehicle would the Swirlmobile be? Oh, what a question. Oh, yes.
I'm viewing the Swirlmobile as being almost like a UFO type of a situation.
Yeah, okay.
I kind of feel almost like a Battletoads type of, with a pod for you and I. It's got a big swirl in the middle.
Yeah, nice.
It's got a Pepsi cannon on it or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's got a Starwipe disc thrower on the front.
Very nice. Yeah.
Very good indeed.
Yeah, I like that.
We gotta have the mics. Gotta have the mics.
Okay, yeah, little podcast microphones. Yeah, I like that. Little Blue Yetis, which is a brand of microphone, not an animal that would be chasing us. Oh, I think I'd have to have a can of Pepsi Max. You'd probably need to have a sausage roll.
I think that would be fair. That would be, yes.
And I think the deluxe edition Sam Chaplin would come with a little Stanley as well, who would kind of, follow me around. That would be nice.
And I think if you did, well, maybe it should be that when you buy both of the figures, you get pieces to put together, and then you get, or if you put two boxes together, it makes a stand that looks like the frame on the YouTube video. That's what you'd have.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Look, what a lovely thought. And, if we had time, we'd... Oh, no, people just...
No, we wouldn't. No, we wouldn't. Don't lie. It's Christmas. Don't lie. And you listening at home, you've enough toys.
Okay, yeah. But thank you, Michael. Okay, last bit of correspondence comes in from Ed, who writes the following. Seeing as several of them have debuted on Christmas Day, what do the boys think of the Wallace and Gromit series? As much as I hope that Sam has seen them all, the riffs Kevin could make would be very fun. And as a bonus question, every year I watch the Jim Carrey Grinch on Christmas Day. What is your must-see for the holiday season? Thanks, Ed. Let's get into the Wallace and Gromit a bit first.
Love it. Love Wallace and Gromit. Always loved. I got like. I remember sitting down to watch Around Trousers when it like debuted on telly.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like appointment Christmas viewing for many, many years. And I think last year there was the new one, and that was that was a real. Like, because I love Wallace and Gromit. It was one of those things where I was kind of like, I loved it. I think because they'd only made so much of it, I think there was a certain cap to my fandom or whatever it was. So when it came back, I wasn't like some people were. I was like, oh, okay, another. And I was surprised by how much, like, sitting down around Christmas again to watch a Wallace and Gromit, like, it really got me into nostalgia very, very hard.
Yeah.
I adore it. I love the style of humor. I love the claymation. It was a very well realized world, even though you've probably could put all the Wallace and Gromit stuff together and it comes to a sum total of like maybe 2.5 hours.
Sure.
And yet I feel like it is a very consistent, very well realized, like there's no argument amongst fans about what Wallace and Gromit is. It always nails the brief.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it very much so. And I think a lot of what I love about it as well is it's that nice mixture of like kind of, I don't know, that kind of silly old England last of the summer wine type humor from Wallace, but then like just good old fashioned silent comedy stuff with Gromit and the other like animals and stuff that they do. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I would have to agree with the caveat that we need to reestablish the law. I am a bit scared of stop motion sometimes.
A bit.
And while Wallace and Gromit, and indeed most Aardman, is kind of the high bar of stop motion in terms of quality
You
and
can barely
slickness.
see the old man's nail prints in it.
But in the first one or two, especially the first one, it is a bit
His eyes
slightly cursed and haunted as the thing, and I don't have much inclination to watch that very first one. But the ones now where they're like so smooth and slick that it just feels all natural and fine and not creepy, good. The early one, like, cheese Grant, and the eyes they've got, and there's dust everywhere.
Don't like that.
No,
don't like that.
Freaks me out. Don't like it, but I do like them. In terms of like must-see holiday season films, again, for me, it's this.
This twice.
Yeah, this year, yeah, I'm seeing it twice. I'm checking it twice. Oh, I love Muppet Christmas Carol. Thank you for all your mailbag questions, queries, comments, other bits and bobs. Thank you. Let's put that bag away.
Put that to bed.
I am trepidatious here, but I'm looking forward to watching this.
Why are Muppets fans so fucking sensitive? You like the Muppets, isn't that enough?
Yeah, but I want you to like that. Now, there is something about this that I don't think you've twigged.
They're putting their best foot forward here. It's not like we're going to go watch Muppets
They've not
in
got
space.
feet. Sorry.
It's amazing that NASA cleared them. It's ridiculous.
There's something about this that you've not twigged that I think is going to sell this in my favour. I don't want to give anything away. I'm curious about you watching this. I don't think it's going to like permanently damage our friendship or mean I have to stop the podcast when you don't like the
Is
Muppet.
Ricky showing up? Is that what you're telling me?
It's his debut performance in this.
Ricky showed up.
Yeah.
My Muppet wife has died. Fuck me.
No, it's not that. Okay. But Kevin, the Muppet Christmas Carol, it's a reverse swirl. Tell you what, let's go bloody do a reverse swirl.
Do your worst. Do your worst. Come on.
And we're back. Kevin, reverse initial Christmas gut reaction to the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, it was all right.
Okay. All right.
Gee, fucking, you're so like this is the problem with this fucking movie. I swear to God, we literally turned on this call to do this, and he was like, "But you don't." I didn't say a word.
No,
I didn't say a word, and he was like, "You don't look happy enough."
No.
Jesus,
no, listener, please. No, I don't care that we're in public. I'm gonna tell him. He came on the call, and he went, and I watched your extended edition and all. And it was an exhale, a sad-sounding man.
I had to resubscribe
Yes.
to Disney Plus.
Yes, it's the only way
which
to watch it.
had an air of a look who's come crawling
Yeah.
back. You know, because they did that. I made fun of them on this very podcast when they were like, can't we tempt you to stay? Look at the following options. And then they had a blank page underneath. It didn't load in what was meant to tempt me back. And I thought, ha ha ha, get fucked, Disney. Go eat yourself with AI. And then I logged in today and they're like, oh no, don't worry, just check your account. It'll all be there. I'll be there. And the reason is that I did that because if I wanted the extended version on Amazon, I had to buy it.
No,
which
if
is
you
like
wanted
12.
any version on Amazon, you had to buy it.
Fuck's sake.
And that was not the extended version.
Dare I say, Sam, it wasn't very Christmas-like. So when Dad comes in after being on call all Christmas with the dinner on his knee, you don't look very happy to me. It's your job to make me happy then, all right? I'm having my fucking extended version on my knee.
It's your job to make me.
And I'm sick. I'll tell you what, because there's literally dozens of us out there who are like bamboozled by all of ye who are like fucking obsessed with the Muppets.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get us into your broad church by being like, oh, I don't think he likes the Blessed Sacrament of Kermit enough. Maybe we should bar him from entering Midnight Mass. Midnight Muppet Mass. Muppets at Midnight Mass.
The Muppet Midnight Mass.
The Muppet Midnight
For
Mass.
those watching on video, behind me here is some Michael Caine dancing bunting. I've got the Muppet Christmas Carol t-shirt on and my little
He does, yeah.
Kermit mug I'm having a drink out of now. But it's fine. It's okay. And you didn't say it was bad.
I didn't,
No,
no. But
no.
Here's the fucking thing, right?
The podcast, just fucking forget it. I don't.
It's front loaded, like, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a boxing match,
No,
all right?
no,
you have to
no.
ding ding and I'm already punching. Let's go around a bit. Let's do this.
Okay.
You know?
No.
Let's shimmy about,
Right.
yeah?
I thought there was something that you hadn't picked up on. And I was like, oh, this'll get him on side. It's a musical.
It's a musical.
And you like musicals, don't you? You
I
like
know,
musicals.
I did. I liked the music aspect of it.
Okay.
That being said,
Yeah.
I don't think other than Michael Caine, I don't think there should be anyone singing who's not a Muppet. I kind of felt
Well, okay.
strongly about that. And here's the thing, and I want to know this early doors with regards to the extended version that I did in fact watch. There was the version I watched, and then in the extras, you told me to go into extras in Disney, and it's like, oh, the extended version is there.
Yeah, yeah.
And of course, trying to find this out about this online, you just go to Reddit, people are like, it's the version. I'm like, all right, well, that's very useful. I know what that means. But it also had a separate bit where it was like song that was cut from the original movie.
Yeah.
Which is a song with Belle, his love interest, who I'm assuming that's the bit that was cut.
Yeah.
It's such a, like, I understand that, you know. What, you didn't put the gristle on with the steak? No, I didn't. I cut that off.
All right.
But your father likes to chew on it, in spite of the many practical warnings it entails.
At the end, they're all. Well, no, let's not get into the end and the middle and all of that now.
Scrooge dies a bachelor.
No.
All right, spoiler alert.
A bachelor.
And they put him in a bachelor's grave, don't
Yeah.
they? When you die a bachelor, you get put in a bachelor's grave,
yeah.
which is just an old pit full of baked beans.
Yes. Well, let's get into the Muppet Christmas Carol. Thank you for watching the extended version, the definitive version that you have to go into the extras and then watch, and it doesn't feel like it's the proper one.
There was a moment at the start when I was sitting down going, oh, this could be 1 hour 25 and it's 1 hour 29. When have I ever made Sam Chaplin watch an extended? And then I was like, other than those like 9 times, I've done that. Like, so
Yeah.
some of that was fan supported though.
It was fan supported. And this, in a way, this is fan supported. They didn't ask for it, but you have. We
but
are
I think
supported by fans in a way.
You are, and I think you perhaps just have, as often many Muppet fans do,
Yeah.
a broad assumption. Muppets and Christianity are very in lockstep, I feel, because there's just this kind of
hold on.
this well-meaning assumption that you're one of us type of a thing. You know the sacraments.
Yeah.
You know the name of all of Kermit's children. No, I do not.
You're a good person, so you must like the Muppets, right?
Pig and a frog make 2 frogs and 2 pigs.
Well, no, that was a question that actually came up
by
for me.
rights.
Yeah, that
by
doesn't
rights.
work. Yeah,
more than one of them should have been tiny. I think that's that's an issue there.
I suppose when you think about what the frog pig hybrid puppet would have looked like, it's
horrible.
Not worth thinking about. I suppose that's
not
the
worth
thing.
thinking
So it's just
about.
the girls are pigs and the boys are frogs, as nature intended.
As nature intended. I did like very much getting the old school Disney, and then it goes. Because
it's Muppet time.
Does it feel like Disney, the Muppets? Muppets feels like it's its own thing that is kind of presented by Disney. I'm assuming they bought out Jim Henson.
Yeah, at some point.
But when people are like listing all their favorite Disney stuff, they don't go, and Kermit and the one who beats him up, the wife, Pig.
Yeah.
Her. They don't list those, do they? Like they're not part of the they're Disney owned, but it's not part of the Disney brand, if you know what I mean.
No.
It's like the way you can get a Sprite in Burger King, but it's not like part of the Burger King family,
No, it's its own distinct thing. It still feels like it's not doesn't feel
brand.
like a Disney thing. And I don't feel like Disney does enough with the Muppets, would be my argument.
Counterpoint, they've certainly tried.
Well, yeah, I mean there was that weird sort of Office parody Muppet thing.
Come on, Jim Halpert is basically just a human version of Kermit, and Kermit has been going his whole life. Imagine if there was a Jim Halpert, though. He does that thing that Kermit does, where he's like, "I'm really worried," and like my brain crushes in on myself.
Well, look, we start off, Kevin, with
before we start off, that Jim Henson Company logo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this thing. It was like I was loading up a video game on Windows 98. It was so fucking heavy duty. Yes, you are playing Commandos 2 All Elite Edition.
Here we go.
Arrgh.
Yeah.
And then it was Kermit in the end being like, and then that was followed very quickly by the in loving memory of Jim Henson.
Yes.
So I'm assuming Jim didn't live to see the Muppets Christmas Carol.
No, sadly. I don't know when he passed away.
Is this considered peak Muppet?
I think for a lot of people this is peak Muppet, but I think there have been different peak Muppets for different people. I mean, the Muppet Show in the 70s, I think, was kind of peak Muppet for a lot of people. That was like cultural.
That was the
Muppet.
Saturday night's main event kind of Muppets. And then I think the Muppet movie, WrestleMania, this feels like it's kind of, I don't know, this is like WrestleMania 10 kind of, I'm thinking, right? It's like early 90s.
Yeah.
There's a bit of magic left, but we're relying on old... Are you like into the Muppets, like, or is it just this
It's
that
just
you're
this,
into?
Really? Yeah. I like them. I like the Muppets, but I'm not like a Muppet head necessarily. I just love the Muppet Christmas Carol. I just think it's a great movie.
Do you think you like Muppets more than Ricky Gervais? And not to confuse him with his character from Muppets on the Run, where he's like, he obviously hates the Muppets and there's a lot of darkness in his heart, vis-a-vis the Muppets. Do you think you like him more than Ricky does?
It's hard to get a read on what Ricky truly likes and doesn't like, I suppose. It's the thing.
Are Flanimal's Muppets, do you think like he's kind of trying to have a go there?
I think, he
do you
was
think
trying
in an ideal world they would have been kind of incorporated into the Jim Henson workshop?
Do you think he had the conversation when he was working on Muppets Most Wanted? He was like, hey, all right, have a look at one of these.
I don't think he had the conversation. I think he went in here going, my people are going to have these conversations, and obviously the answer is yes.
Yeah.
But I can only imagine that if Kermit and the gang saw Flannel, they'd be like, kill it with fire!
Yes.
Quickly, use this very expensive vodka to douse them first. Thanks, Ricky. You did it again.
Cheers, Ricky. Merry Christmas.
Cheers, Ricky.
So, right, it's a Christmas Carol, but the credits have got the Muppets as actors playing the character. That's nice, isn't it?
That's what I want to know. Do you, as a performer who does the voice of Kermit, are you kind of like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. Like, I don't get. I'm assuming they get the health insurance still. Like, how does that work out?
I don't know. I feel like you're comparing this to wrestling in your mind again, and you're thinking like, are they independent contractors?
But like, do they have to split the benefits with the person who's actually doing the puppeteering? Like,
I don't know.
Like the voice gets like, all the body and the mental health and whatnot, and then like the puppeteer gets teeth and eyes. Let's be honest, it's not that hard, you know?
No, I don't know. I don't know what the ins and outs are, and I'd be fascinated to learn.
I did like that they referred to the Muppets as being players.
Yes,
You know?
yes. Kind of like SNL, you know.
Yes, like SNL or a parish hall theatre group.
Yeah, well, it's nice and traditional British. We're in London, sort of, I think, or just generic British.
Are you trying to make the Muppets out to be like a British thing?
No.
Because they're not really, are they?
No.
That's America.
Yeah, but this is
That's the fucking Upper East Side, and you know it,
but
Sam.
this is set in Charles Dickens's London.
Even though all the Muppets is from the Bronx.
Yeah, which is funny. That's funny. Right, I want to know your thoughts on Gonzo and Rizzo, or Charles Dickens and Rizzo the Rat, our narrators here. How do you feel they...
I like Gonzo.
Yeah.
Gonzo, I think, is my favourite designed Muppet. I like that he's got a curly nose and he's got a pleasant voice. I thought his presence in the movie was somewhat confusing because he's obviously the author of the book.
Yeah.
But then he's also constantly like, I gotta look and see what's like. You can sit down, mate. Like, and I'll tell you about Rizzo the Rat, who I feel like this was here for the children. That's right, folks. I believe this small Muppet rat was here primarily for the children.
Sure.
He basically is like Ghostface in Scream in that he just takes loads of bumps.
Yeah.
Like, if you see him on screen, he's taking a bump. I don't care for him very much because I felt that his humor was just the same joke over and over again, which is he was going to fall over. And he also looks like horrible, you know?
Okay.
Like,
he's a rat.
In the way that, like, he is a rat, but he just looked kind of like horrible. And he's also that type of Muppet where it's like, my water bottle is kind of as animated as he is, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, he kind of just, the whole body shifts around.
For listeners, Kevin was sort of gesturing his water bottle around.
Gesturing with my bottle there, you know, just kind of, and he hasn't got a great deal of maneuverability to him, I should say. So yeah, I don't know if he was perhaps the strongest, and I found his voice annoying.
Okay.
And he didn't make me laugh or go, ah. That being said, the Pumpkins with Souls.
There we go.
There you go. And this was very much like the Star Wars effect when we had our nice panning shots over stuff, and there was lots of little like, oh, there's a little purple man, and he's like, I was like, there he is now, a horrible little wretch and all. Or there'd be like a bunch of squirrels, you know, smoking a cigar, or there was like, an otter playing backgammon or whatever it was.
All that sort of stuff.
However, it did lead to many questions about the nature of man and Muppet, supposedly living in peace. And if you, like me, have ever like struggled with like the morals and the ethics of, say, the Pokemon universe, this is strange. This is like if man and Pokemon coexisted, but no one acknowledged that Pokemon were a thing. Because there were, by my recollection, dog Muppets, but they had like a suit and a hat on.
Yeah.
Like a man's clothes, like a man of numbers or a man of business.
Sure.
Going to work. But then on the same token, in the gutter, you'd see like a dog eating an old sausage.
Yeah.
And in my mind, it's like, right, the Muppet dog is the Muppet dog that's in the gutter, is he like a dog who happens to be a Muppet? Or is he like the dog Muppet who's dressed up like a man who has become so wretched and so forlorn, monetarily speaking, that he's literally thrashing around naked
Sure.
in the sewer? And that's what I wanted to know. Like, would a real dog exist in the Muppet world? And on that note, if I got a real dog, like a German Shepherd, and I put like a bowler hat and a waistcoat on him, could he become a notary? That was what. If a man killed a Muppet, is it would he get the same sentence as if he shot a dog?
A few thoughts on this. I think where this discussion belongs is probably Reddit. No offense, but I did see in amongst the crowd, we do have animal puppet Muppets.
Yes.
But there was a man with 2 live sheep walking around.
Yes.
Like real sheep.
So there are animals do exist.
What does that imply about this Muppet universe? I was quite concerned about that.
How did Jason become a Muppet in the Muppet movie?
I can't remember.
Was it like a procedure or a serum?
Was he
or
all-
like a virus or something?
I don't know. Was he always a Muppet and then he was like sometimes a man? I can't.
Were those sheep meant to be turned into Muppets later in a second pass? And they're like, look, we're not doing those ones yet. Sorry.
No, but I feel like we're getting away from the first song here.
Can I just say, that's what I thought about for around 50-60% of this movie.
Okay, yeah, sure. I can see how that would be distracting.
Like, do you think Scrooge, when he's giving out his mortgages, do you think he gives like preferable rates to humans? And then the Muppets get like awful APR, like just piss poor APR.
Right.
And they're like, what are you going to do about it? You don't have legs unless in very specific scenes.
So if there's a kind of discrimination against felt-based life forms.
I mean, they're up against it in this environment. Snow and soot are the two enemies of the felt.
Yeah.
You know? As a man who once ran Teddy Wolf over a hot range and he burst into flames before my eyes.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Oh, horrible. Oh, dear.
He was rebuilt stronger. It was amazing.
Good.
That being said, keep him away from the snow, keep him away from the soot. That's a general rule of thumb. So I imagine there was a lot of dirty Muppets in this movie.
Yes, I imagine so. I imagine there's a few spares going around that needed to be employed while you put the other ones in the wash. How did you feel about the first song and the introduction of Scrooge here? You know, there goes Mr. Humbug.
This was really funny because Joe thought of it. Joe watched this with me, so we watched this together, and she loved it very much.
Had she seen it before?
She had, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And the baby kicked a lot, and of course the baby's not yet born, so that's a lot cuter than like in 3 or 4 months' time if the baby is out of the womb and starts kicking us. That's less cute, obviously. Yeah. That's more like a what's your fucking problem like? So we were enjoying it a lot, but Joe at this point, because she hadn't slept very much last night, and we had done a recording in the morning. She thought of a tweet that she had heard before about this song, which is Scrooge leaves his home, and then it's like, oh, Mr. Bitch, Mr. Asshole, whatever it is.
Everyone's slagging him off.
She could not stop laughing. She laughed so fucking much during that bit. There goes Mr. Bitch, she said, over and over. And I'll tell you what, that Michael Caine, he's got some presence on him.
He really has,
Because he's not quite the older, the brandy, the cigar, best master wine. He's not, he's more like, oi.
It's somewhere in the middle, isn't it?
If we had ads about car insurance, you'd have me in here, aye. I can see why he's a mortgage broker. He's got a very commanding presence, as you, even though he spends most of this movie crying like a little girl.
Yes, well, he's got a big emotional arc to deal with here.
You don't hear the name Ebenezer much these days, do you?
No, well, between this and He's good. Is Ebenezer good? It's fallen by the wayside. It's either associated with drugs or miser. Is misery to be a miser?
No, I don't think so. I think a miser just means that you're
miserly.
You're tight-fisted. Yeah, miserly and misery are different. Yeah, many misers are perfectly content, Sam.
Yes.
They call him all sorts here. Yeah. Mr. Prick, Mr. Bitch, Mr. Fuckface, Mr. Sneer.
Yes. Oh, too far.
I don't like the idea of Muppets swearing. It's why I could never get on with Bronx Bunny. I think it's strange to have a swearing Muppet now.
To be clear, the Muppets aren't calling him like a fucking prick.
Mr. Cunt. Mr. Right Bastard, Mr. Limey Soft Cock,
There were some little mice and they were saying, no cheeses for us, Mises. Did that give you anything? No.
I tell you what did get me though, was he picks one of them up and he uses them to kind of like wipe a window.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, that happens to Rizzo, doesn't it?
Oh, does it?
Yeah. That's Rizzo the Rat getting used to
smeared shite and all. The problem with Rizzo, though, right? This is an issue with Rizzo. It's like, oh, don't you love Toad? It's like, well, there's like a million of them. And like Rizzo, like you go inside to the office. Yeah. And there's like 9 of them. And they're all like, I'm always me. They're all the fucking same, like. So I don't like Rizzo. I like accounting rat number 4. How about that? Like?
I liked the physical comedy of Rizzo. And I thought the dynamic between him and Gonzo was kind of a commentator and colour commentator vibe. You know, Rizzo's kind of doing silly shit, saying weird stuff.
If Jerry Lawler was taking bumps, like Jim Ross is like, oh my God, King, look at that. And he's like, look at this. And he jumps off the fucking cell or whatever it is. That's what he was, dare I say, he was trying to steal some of the shine of the other. Because I think there was a belief with the creators of this that perhaps the little kids wouldn't have the patience for a Dickensian carol. So they're like, well, just have the fucking rat jump off things screaming loads.
Yeah.
Set them on fire, throw them through some this, that, and the other.
But they're mixing that with a Muppet delivering verbatim lines from a Dickensian book. Like, a lot of what Gonzo says is just straight up, word for word stuff from the book. I think that's kind of cool.
Do you think the younger generation might struggle to get on board with this because they're like, oh, we're all struggling to pay our mortgages, and it's like this is assumption that everyone has a mortgage now. It's kind of like, it's probably not really like, oh, pity the mortgage havers on Christmas.
That's a good point.
Know?
Yeah, a lot of first-time buyers are not going to love this because it is hard out there now. It's actually worse than it was in Dickensian times.
I know it here, Sam.
Yeah.
For all of the chat of Mr. Misery, Mr. Prickface, Mr. Bitch.
Right bollock, yeah.
He, fairly joyful fellow, this Scrooge, he's laughing all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he delivers almost every other thing he says with a laugh. And then he says humbug like some sort of,
Yeah.
I think you're enjoying yourself there now, Ebenezer, if you don't mind me saying so.
I think that's the thing. He does have some levity and some joy in his heart, but it's been pushed down. And, you know, I think he does like his colleagues as well. Like he's a bit of a pushover. Like he's like, oh, you're not having Christmas off. Oh no. And then as soon as they ask a little bit nicer, he's like, oh, go on then, you can have Christmas off.
Do you ever eat a humbug?
Yeah, I think so.
It's one of them Protestant sweets, isn't it? Like, you know.
Yeah, I've had a humbug.
Is that what they give you at Protestant, right? We get the flesh of our Lord Saviour, and they give you one of them fucking stripy things. Looks like an item from Pokemon, like.
Should have said I'd never had one, right? And that I'll eat any kind of sweet, bar humbug. Yeah? But it's too late now.
I appreciate, Sam, when you dabble in humorism.
Yes.
That's why I enjoy quite a lot.
Yeah.
But Scrooge here, not only does he not like Christmas, he makes it known that he wants to kill all who celebrate Christmas. Even wishing one a Merry Christmas is grounds for murder, which that's got me thinking again, well, he's only saying that because it's obviously easy to kill a Muppet and get away with it.
Yeah.
You know, chuck the body on the fire, gone like that, you know. Who? What's that? Who dies?
No.
Sorry, don't know.
How do you feel about Nephew Fred, who turns up? Because I think he's a bit of a smug cunt, this guy.
Nephew Fred was kind of surplus to requirements.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because he could have been a Muppet. He didn't need to be a human, except for if he was a Muppet, then he would have been like, does that mean then that Scrooge is like part Muppet or something like that? But he's a little bit of a smug prick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't like it.
He's not played up strong enough in either direction for him to be worthwhile in my mind.
He does invite Scrooge over for Christmas dinner, but Scrooge is like, no, and also love is stupid, and Christmas is bad, and I won't donate to charity.
I thought that was out of character. That's a tax write-off, Scrooge.
Yeah.
You know, he'd be doing the minimum amount. He'd be ticking his gift aid down when he's dropping stuff off at the shop and whatnot.
Yeah.
It was at this point I noticed some of the struggles of traditional cinematography that this movie might have.
Okay.
Such as Kermit the Frog, when they do like a wide shot of the office, you're meant to be like, and there's Kermit there. But because Kermit's like the size of a grab bag of crisps, when they do like kind of a wide shot, it's like, there he is. He's over there. Yeah, there he is, all the way over there. Hence his generally ineffective collective bargaining, vermin all over this office.
Yes.
Rats everywhere. Imagine that you came down into your downstairs and there was rats everywhere and a dirty minging frog as well.
You can imagine you'd start to hate Christmas as well, I suppose, if that was where you had to work.
I think so.
Amongst rats and frogs.
He does show his legs on an occasion or two. He does Kermit in this one.
Yeah.
Which I believe was probably one of those like shots that cost $100,000 per second type of a situation.
Probably. I'm not sure how they did all of them. Some of them looked a little bit stop motion-y. Some of them looked like just clever camera tricks and interesting forms of puppetry. I don't know.
Do you ever notice they're very like Irish men in a pub because Muppets love to nod?
Yeah.
They're always like this, like, you know? Like even when they're not doing their line though, in the background they're like kind of wobbling away and all that jazz.
You'd rather that than them be perfectly still, just static.
I could have done with a bit more stillness, because when Kermit's doing that thing where like his eye will like go in and be all like, I didn't like that.
No, it's charming. It's part of the charm.
I wrote down here.
Yeah.
Here's my theory at the end of Act 1. Whenever she shows up in this movie, Miss Piggy is going to wreck this vibe.
Okay.
And I did actually...
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I did realise quite early, I think a lot of what I don't like about the Muppets is Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
I hate Miss Piggy. I hate that every scene that she's in, she goes... And then she hits someone,
Yeah.
and it's like just hitting people all the time, and it's always like really badly. It's like shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So annoying. Oh my god. And you know, whoever like does the voice does it with hate in their heart as well.
Yes. So I do
Like,
have...
there's some guy under the fucking counter going like, my fucking bitch cunt, why I fucking hate her, fucking bitch.
I think and I kind of share your view a little bit. What puts me off about Miss Piggy is when she interacts with real humans, which happens very often, how sycophantic those humans always have to be. Whether it's fucking Jeff Keighley at the Game Awards or, the drummer from Weezer, they all have to be like, oh, you're so glamorous, Miss Piggy. Oh, what a privilege for you to show up and talk to me.
And wasn't that as well then that dash cam footage that came out with Miss Piggy, and she came out with a gun, didn't she?
Yeah,
And she was like, I tried to shoot those people who came into my house. Don't you know my husband's in Weezer?
Niche reference to a news story. So, okay, we'll get to Miss Piggy in a minute. Kermit's little song, the Magic in the Air, was nice. After all, there's only one more sleep till Christmas Day. He's a sweet little lad. He's the little shot of Kermit looking out onto the sky, Kevin. The little shot of Kermit looking out onto the sky, saying there's only one more sleep till Christmas Day, I think is cute and nice, and I like it. And it made me a little bit emotional.
It was
Thank you.
nice to find out where you all got that phrase. It's only one more sleep until...
That's not from that's a thing. That's an established thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Measuring time in sleep is before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more sleep, is it?
Yeah.
It's from your movie there now, isn't it?
No,
That's where you got it from.
It's from loads of stuff. Measuring time in sleep. It is. Listeners, back me up on this. Measuring time in sleep, especially before Christmas, is a thing for, children.
Yes, listeners, Cinema Swirl diaspora from the far-flung corners of this planet. You tell us the unified theory of where this came from.
Fine, whatever. I think Kermit's cute, and I think counting how many sleeps there are till Christmas is cute. I love Christmas.
Go home to your wife, Kermit. Maybe you should do that, huh?
Yeah.
Get home to her,
I don't know if he wants
How
to. I
about
think
that?
he's scared. The Marleys are dead. I think in the book there was only one Marley, and I've realised
they've doubled the Marleys.
They've doubled the Marleys. And I was wondering where Robert Marley, there's Jacob Marley in the books, and I was like, where's Robert Marley come from? And I'm like, is that a Bob Marley joke? Is that why the other one's called Robert? Because it's sort of technically Bob Marley, and then that's kind of a...
So what, you reckon you could get like kind of a Robert Marley energy drink, and it's a ghost old man Muppet? The random bit of horror when he's like, I'm just going to open this door with a knocker here. It's become an old man's face.
Did you find any of this bit with Scrooge going home in the dark and being haunted by little visions and spooky shit? Did you find any of that creepy or a bit scary or good? Filmed well?
Scary.
No, but like it's...
I liked when he said that they may well be a blob of mustard undigested in his tummy. That was funny. I think if you're telling me that you generally find this scary, you're kidding yourself.
Okay.
And you have done a very good job at that because you watch the movie every year.
Yes, but no, if you were a child and you watch this, it's a little bit creepy.
Yeah, but if you're a child, you're like, there goes Mr. Dickless, there goes Mr. Fuckhead. Going up the stairs, I hope he falls over and hurts his hip.
Right. This is one of the few times on Cinema Swirl where I'm talking about childhood nostalgia for a thing that I watched as a kid. And this is very horrible to be on the other side of this. I don't like it at all. This is fucking shit. I hate this.
I'm sorry, Sam. No. I'm sorry, with all deference to your nostalgia. It was very scary when Michael Caine went up the stairs.
Yeah, thank you.
Will he get into his room? He does get into his room.
He does, but then he's haunted by the Marleys, Statler and Waldorf.
I tell you what, though, he had the good dinner on him there now. Did you see he had the big lump of cheese and the knob of breads there? Yeah. Good. There was a big piece of bread that looked like a baked potato. It was very nice looking.
That's very Sam Chaplin at uni dinner. That is sometimes that. I would have something like that. Just go to Morrison's, get a big bit of bread, big bit of cheese, pop them two together.
And then the next day it's like, Sam, do you want to go do that? No, I've got a tummy ache.
Yeah.
Inexplicably. I just mainline the two things that sensitive tummies and young men make. I don't know what's wrong.
I like this song. Marley and Marley. Ooh, yeah. Any of that? Did any of these stick in your head? Any of these songs? Have you found any of them cropping up?
Not really.
No. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I like that they had chains because they're bikers.
Yeah. No. Those chains are forged in their life through their acts of greed. And
avarice. I like to use the word avarice.
Yes.
I like avarice a lot.
Yes.
It's very, very good. But they tell him that he's obviously got more hauntings to come.
3 spirits.
3 spirits. A Heimdall 3 spirits.
Yep.
And it was at this point I realised, I felt that the Muppets were almost surplus to requirements at this point, it felt like.
Okay.
In the telling of the story so far. Because at this point I was like, well, I know what's coming up next. And I was like, I suppose beats A through B have been as I expected, so I will assume beats C through F will be as expected.
Okay.
And indeed, they were. And it did make me think that they had perhaps just struck upon a very well-revered and well-told story that lasts through the ages in a Christmas Carol. And I feel like you could have put Daniel Day-Lewis and surrounded him by Mario characters, and it would probably be as good a movie.
No. I know you think that, yeah, but no. It's good because it's Muppet, actually, and it's nice that they're Muppets, and it makes it nice and Christmassy, and I like it. I'm really defensive of this. This is really hard.
It is, and it's not the cutest thing at all when someone is like,
Better fucking like it.
When I've got my baby, I'll be like, look, and here she is. Do you want to hold her?
I'm going to buy your child loads of Muppet toys and try and...
Actually, very funny. We have been going through recently we have this idea, the Dalai Lama effect, essentially, which is I've got a lot of stuffed toys from when I was a kid, as does Joe, but we don't want it to be like, hello, and dump all this in, and then the child dies because there's too many stuffed toys.
Sure.
So what we're going to do is we're going to slowly, once every 3 to 4 months, we'll put 2 in front of them, and then we'll let the Dalai Lama effect, they will choose whatever one they go towards, okay, they like that one. But we've been very strictly going through and getting rid of any the kind of I don't think she wants Watto or a Care Bear or any of these branded ones. Okay. You know what I mean? Sorry, Muppets, but you can fuck off. You stay away from my child.
All right.
But David Attenborough octopus, Darren.
Sure. Okay. Kevin's got a David Attenborough octopus. There he is. It's a cute octopus. It's a cute stuffed octopus. Oh, someone's having fun manipulating a stuffed thing.
And look, it's a Muppet.
Yeah, there you go. Kevin's shaking it from side to side.
He's agreeing with you, isn't he?
Yeah, that's nice.
There we go.
What would Darren sound like if Darren was singing?
Oh, he wouldn't get a singing line.
No?
No. He's one in the background where you're like, oh, there's Darren there now.
Yeah. Does he get to speak?
No. Octopuses don't speak, Sam. That'd be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, sorry, it's stupid, isn't it?
My plan is, Alice Stewart Lee, I'm going to do this now and I'll push it on the head.
Yes, Kevin's got an octopus on his head.
And I reckon now that'll... Sorry, who do you love, Kermit the Frog or Dad?
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Now, of course, we've realised also the downside of this in that we will be having a large amount of toys hidden away in a room in our house that we plan to drip feed to our child as to not spoil them, but also save a lot of money in the process. I do believe if you have a secret toy room in a house with a young child, you are playing with fire a little bit.
Yeah.
And if she gets even remotely whim or privy that room exists...
If that door is but ajar, it's game over. Yeah.
That's what I reckon. Like,
Yeah.
so I've got to be careful because I think she literally might burn down the home. Like,
Kevin, imagine that as a kid. If like you just went past a room and the door was open slightly, you saw her and it was just full of toys, and for some reason your parents have not told you about this magical toy room.
I do remember one Christmas.
Yeah.
I asked for Street Shark's motorcycle.
Yep.
And I did use my parents' bathroom once, and as I was going out, I saw in their closet the door was ajar, and it was in there. It was in their room.
Okay.
And then on Christmas morning, I opened my gifts, and it wasn't there.
Oh.
So I had to be like, Mom,
What the
do you
fuck's
want to
going
go
on?
up to the closet maybe for a quick? Just call me. I had a feeling. No, have a feeling. I had a feeling that maybe. Do you want to have a quick look? Do you want to have a quick look
What
up there?
happened?
I think she just forgot about it.
Or maybe it was for your birthday?
No. It was a Christmas thing. She just forgot about it. And true to form, I do that all the time.
Sure.
The best thing about Christmas, if you're in my circle, is that you will probably get a birthday present that fell behind the cupboard where I put things.
Yeah.
At some point.
Sure.
And if she finds that room, we're well and truly fucked.
Okay, this house sounds like a disaster waiting to happen with all of these secret rooms full of stuff.
It's a fun house full of secret rooms of boundless mirth and pleasure.
Yeah.
And it's an unfortunate situation to be in, particularly at Christmas.
I would talk to you about all the physical comedy stuff with Rizzo here, giving Gonzo a little kiss on the nose with perfect comic timing.
I liked his little kiss. I did like his little kiss.
That's Sophie's favourite bit. The climbing over the gate when he could fit through the bars. Good goof. But I think what we need to get into is the ghost of a poached egg here.
Oh, you kept this one secret?
Yeah.
You kept this to yourself. What the fuck was this?
Yeah.
This
horrible.
I was like, is this not going to be like Big Bird or something like that?
No.
And instead, it's this fucking Ghibli Ghoulie. Is all I could describe. It's an awful,
terrifying.
It looks like something you'd killed 3 of in Persona. It's awful. Horrible thing. And I kept waiting for it to be like, it's actually me.
No, just
no. It's just what is this? It's an egg with a child's face.
It's a child's poached egg underwater haunted ghost thing. I don't think it's meant to resemble any kind of Muppet. It's just its own special thing, and it's really unpleasant to look at.
And like, if I go down to Primark now, can I get like loungewear pants to have her on it? Can I?
No.
Can I get like a shirt that has her be like?
I think you've really got to go to Redbubble for the for the Ghost of Christmas.
Tell you what, I'm gonna get. I want to get in on this Christmas Carol merch.
Yeah.
Get the
egg.
Oh look, baby! It's your favorite. It's from the Muppets. She's judging the living and the dead.
Yeah.
No, how about that? Yeah. And your Christian nature will have no end when you look into the eyes of this dead or dying child.
Yes.
Horrible. Takes them back to the past to play some shitty games that suck ass. And I tell you what made me laugh a lot.
Yeah?
Was there like, you fly if you touch my hand. And he's like, we're flying through the world, it's a real reflection. And he's flying around, and they fly over the horizon into the past, right? And then when they come through the past, Michael Caine is just like,
Yeah, his flying acting is not great.
He's so underwhelmed. You can't even get on a plane in Dickensian era London. Like, you're like floating through the sky with nothing but an egg to sustain you, and you're like,
it looks like they popped him on an ironing board and said, just move your arms a little bit, like, but don't do anything with your face, just kind of. It's really funny though, flying Michael Caine.
If you should have had that in your background there, you should have had a few of them flying around.
Well, maybe next year.
I tell you what, it was a trip that he wouldn't soon forget, because they took him back to the old schoolhouse.
Yes. Hello, boys.
We've all been in this situation. Those of us who've worked in the teaching profession, seeing an old man in his pajamas stood outside a schoolhouse at the Christmas break going, hello, boys.
Yeah.
Hello, boys. Hello, boys. Hello, police. I'd
Yeah.
like to make a report.
Yes.
There's a crazy old bastard here. I want you to put him into pervert's jail, if you don't mind.
Imagine if they tried to use the excuse of, like, I've been visited by 3 spirits.
Yeah, and it's like, no,
I'm on a
it wasn't
quest.
me, officer. It was her. She did it. There's like a pile of
Egg on
poorly
the floor.
poached eggs
Yeah.
on the floor. Sir, if you're going to face the school with eggs and harass the staff and children, you might need to come with me, please, sir, if you don't mind.
So he sees his younger self in the classroom. We've got Sam the Eagle as the teacher here, the headmaster.
Hey!
Yeah, you remember him?
Yeah, and it was a bad foreboding feeling where I was like, oh, it's Sam the Eagle
Yeah.
there now, and it's like he's like the Emperor Palpatine to Scrooge's Darth Vader. He's the reason he turns evil.
Yeah.
He's like, remember, you must be a miser forever, and fuck Christmas, you little bitch.
And he says it's the American way, and then Gonzo gives him a little nudge to be like, it's the British way. It's the British way. Wait, and I think Gonzo, what he's doing here, breaking the fourth wall, we need to give him the credit that we've been giving to Phoebe Waller-Bridge, because he's doing the kind of flea bag here, and he looks more like a flea bag, like a bag that would
That's
have fleas
true,
in it.
you know?
know.
I've heard of the Mark with the mouth,
Yes.
but the Muppet with the mouth?
There we go. You know.
Oh, that doesn't sound nice though, does it?
No.
That Muppet's some mouth on him. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, but people in Britain have said things like that. You know. That fucking
that
Muppet.
Muppet, some
That
mouth.
Muppet. Some mouth on that Muppet.
Why is it Muppet such a term of derision in the UK in particular? Like people in Dublin used to say Muppet, like fucking Muppet.
Yeah.
You know, that you heard that a lot, but once I moved to the UK, like I've heard everyone call. I've heard parents call their children Muppets.
Yeah.
I've heard shopkeepers call people who are slow getting their stuff off a belt a Muppet. Yeah. I've heard broken glass and then the threatening charge of Muppet. Like, it's a fairly prominent, I'd say it's a top 10 word in terms of addressing people you don't know.
Well, they're silly figures, aren't they? They're you know, silly little characters. So
But it's kind of endearing though, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but I think you know, it depends
but
on
in
the tone.
America, in America, they're not like, "Oi, Muppet, get over here, Muppet."
No,
even though it's their thing.
It is that way, you know. It's a shared thing. With you know, we're all part of the Muppet family in a way.
What's these fucking English is so weird? We're like, oh, let's take this thing. What do you want to use it for? This fun cultural touchstone. Any kind of form of mild aggression, really, in public.
Yeah,
in public,
slagging people
like
off.
broken glass, someone skipping in the queue, parent of a child you don't like.
Yeah,
someone with a dog off a leash, police officer.
Kevin, we're getting more characters that you recognise, because after the schoolhouse, where he sees, you know, young Scrooge, and he's like, "Oh, I just stayed at school and didn't go home at Christmas." And there's an implied thing where maybe his family aren't celebrating Christmas, or he doesn't necessarily have a family. We don't
Doesn't
know.
matter, does it?
But then we go to Fozziwig's Rubber Chicken Factory with Fozzie Bear as Fozziwig. He's really sweet. He's nice.
I don't like him.
Some of your favourites there. There's Animal trying to.
I love when Animal showed up. They did a proper like Boba Fett like.
Yeah. Yeah. Big moment.
The simpler times where it would be like, what's his thing? He plays the drums.
Yes.
The drums. Imagine trying to get a kid onto that now. Be like, oh, he plays the drums. The drums. And they're like on their phone, like, what's that?
What are drums?
What's that? What are drums?
Yeah.
You suck. 667.
Yes.
And all that.
Yes.
Skibbity Chungus and all those.
All of that
to
sort of stuff, yeah.
All of that carry.
That's what you've got to look forward to, you know, those sorts of things.
Oh, I can't wait to ruin all of that. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So, we're at a Christmas party. Scrooge is seeing himself in the past. He's a young man now that we can see. Do you recognise young man Scrooge from anywhere?
No, but I thought he was a very well cast young man.
Yeah.
Oh, very well met. Who's this young fella?
He appears in the first series of extras. I don't want to say, come on, love, put some minge around it.
Clive Owen?
No, not Clive Owen. Ray Coulthard. Extras.
Maybe he is Mr. Minge.
Mr. If I search Minge.
Oh, I wouldn't be doing that, Sam.
No, it's too late now. Yeah, he tells her that she's like a dead horse and tells her to put a bit of minge around it. So
it is Mr. Minge.
There goes Mr. Minge. There goes.
Oh, Mr. Minge, Mr. Prick. There you go.
Yeah, he's an extras, but he's very well cast as young Michael Caine Scrooge here. He looks kind of basically just like him. And some of the kids did as well, but they weren't very good actors, I thought, the young
He was a job's worth and all that, and they're like, look at this lady, who then, in an extended scene, dumps him via song, which is like ice cold. So, and I was like, at this point, I was like, bring like one of the dog ones or the penguin or something to do a bit of like something. It's like normal movie.
I thought you'd like this.
It's plain normal movie. Right, where are the fucking Muppets?
No. The reason why I thought let's make Kevin watch the extended version because he meets Belle, and then we go forward to him being like, money, we can't get married or get a house or whatever, money. Oh, I care too much about money, and he says he loves her, and she's like, you did once. And then there's a song about love being gone when love is gone. And I thought, this is the most... And Michael Caine joins in. He's singing as an old man with his former young lover. And it's very... he's singing through the past. He's crying. I thought this was the most Les Mis bit of this film. This seems like it was your sort of thing.
I wrote down here, how funny would it have been, though, if his ex was a Muppet?
That would have been funny.
And she's like, I don't love you anymore.
But I thought this would be your sort of thing. I thought the crying was good from Michael Caine. I thought it was good crying, actually.
Yeah, but at this point, he was crying non-stop. Like, he's like me at the moment with pregnancy hormone overload. Just fucking crying all the time, crying at stupid shit all the time. So he was just crying for crying's sake at this point now. Although it did make me think... Because Joe was like, you should ask Sam what's the best movie to have where only one guy is a human and the rest are all Muppets if you could redo any movie. Yeah. And I thought it'd be very good to do Les Mis and they're all Muppets except Javert is a human.
Yes.
Let the Muppet keep on running. I will run him off his feet.
Well, then think of this like that, This is...
No, because this is just a man and a woman singing a song.
Okay.
That the good people at Disney and the Jim Henson Company were like...
Yeah, get that out of there. But then all you get is like, without that song and the whole thing about love being gone and the emotional weight of it, all you get is her being like, you did love me once. And then he's like crying and like, no, don't show me anymore. You don't get all the emotion of the song. It's important.
But Sam, you rarely get a song in real life when you get broken up with.
Yeah, it's never happened to me.
I've never gotten the song like, I've gotten like the kind of bemused look. I've gotten like the long text. I ain't getting no fucking songs. Why does he get one?
It would be psychotic if you broke up with someone and started singing. It would actually kind of help them, wouldn't it? Because if I had to break up with someone, I think it would help if I broke into song, because then they'd be like, oh, actually, I've dodged a bullet here because this guy is not great.
Why do I feel that if you were to break up by song, you'd be like, oh, hang on, you like load up all these elements in GarageBand.
Yeah.
And like, you have it all like lined, but hang on, and they'd probably suspect something was happening by the time you were plugging in the synth.
Yeah.
Whereas I'd be like, don't you know you're fucking waking up with me? Because that's the spirit of the Irish, isn't it? We don't need all the gubbins and the fancy tech.
Yeah, it's the folk music. It's the folk tradition.
Slap our knee and break up with our loved ones. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So we broke up with England.
Yes. But after all that, he's back in his bedroom, in his four-poster bed.
Now, I thought he'd had enough at this point.
Yeah? That you think that's him
done? You rendered him to tears 3 times, and he's like, oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you're all right. Like, you don't save your spirits for someone who needs them. That's a broken man right there. Yeah. Put a Christmas turkey under his arm, and he'll be right as rain. But it's like, no, we need to get him proper, like.
Come in and know me better, man. It's the ghost of Christmas now. It's the present ghosts.
He was fucking weird.
They're all weird, really. None of them are nice.
Joe said at this point, and she was sleepy, that she thought that one was like me because he was big, hairy, and liked Christmas.
It's the one that's most like you, but then the other two are a poached egg and the Grim Reaper. And I think,
I'll take it, yeah. Is he like is he one of the normal rotation of Muppets?
Don't think so. No, I think this is another unique.
And is there like a man underneath there be like,
no, me better man?
Why does he get bigger and smaller?
To laugh, isn't it? It's funny. It's fun to look at. It's just good. Why anything, you know?
I just think it's very funny that I have seen so much Muppet Christmas Carol merch over the years.
Yeah.
Everywhere. People deck their house in it. Posters, figurines, clothes, mugs. Yeah, come on now. Kermit has as much screen time as this big, massive lad.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
weird fucking felt Hagrid.
He is a felt Hagrid, isn't
He
this
is.
guy?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realise I'd be in the Harry Potter HBO thing. I'm sorry that I auditioned for and acted and I'm in it. I'm sorry, but look, as sorry as I am, you will be able to stream all episodes on HBO Max. And again, very sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Well, look, this guy, the spirit of Christmas present, takes Scrooge around, sings a little song, wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas. And Michael Caine does his little jaunty dance. He's starting to get it. He's starting to change. He's starting to...
It sounds like that Ronan Keating song. And I was thinking, is Ronan underneath there?
Well, It's like the Masked Singer.
It's Escape from Louis Walsh. She slipping underneath there, And Screw is taken to play a game which he can't take part in. He's his controller is unplugged, and his ungrateful family are slagging him off. And that's an important Christmas message, which is right now your family are making fun of you.
I hated this.
Get in there and go, ah! I would pretend to sleep some Christmases and they'd be like, look at him there, not sleeping. I go, ah!
Yeah,
and I'd wake up like that.
Yeah.
And I'd get him, wouldn't I? And it's not fair because with elderly parents, right, you can't when they go to sleep, you can't be like, look at them asleep.
No.
It doesn't hit the same, does it?
It doesn't. I thought this was all very unfair. That fucking prick nephew Fred and all of his little mates, including some Muppets, just gathered around being like, oh, it's I'll be it, and let's play yes or no. Oh, an unwanted piece of shit who we all hate. It must be Ebenezer Scrooge. Come on.
Oh, it must be my only family.
Yeah. Fred, come on, mate. Come on. Have some care for that old man who's clearly suffering.
Scrooge is like, oceans evaporated so Kermit could walk once more, just waiting as I was for Miss Piggy to beat her spouse or whatever it is she does.
Okay.
And they go into the house and she's like, boom, hiya.
Okay.
Oh, shut up.
Let's
Having pork for Christmas now.
let's just talk about Bob Cratchit and Tiny Tim and them singing a little song a cappella together, father and
Do
son.
you think, seeing it as we had, Fozziwig, etc., and some kind of names, do you think they were going to call him Bob Kermit at one point?
Maybe.
I think Bob Kermit works.
Bob Kermit?
Bob Kermit. Look, mate, I'll tell you what I know. Bob Kermit works for a living, all right?
Yeah.
No better man. He's as straight as a telephone pole.
Yes.
He works for what he's got.
Did you find, aside from Miss Piggy, who is aggressive,
Insufferable.
bit full on,
Taught a generation of men to hate women they've not even met yet.
okay, how did you feel about Tiny Tim as a little frog with some sort of medical problem?
It was nice because he was like Kermit, but with not scary eyes.
Yeah.
Because you look into Kermit's eyes, it's like the eldritch being will come. It's not nice.
No.
His eyes, his weird pupils, where it's like I am not the same species. But Tiny Tim's got little kind eyes, hasn't he?
Sweet boy.
But I feel Tiny Tim was kind of the boy who was turning the goose.
Yeah.
Probably as
It
cute.
smells so
to be
good,
honest.
mother. That little
Yeah,
lad.
he's as cute, to be honest.
Okay,
So,
yeah. But he's not dying, so,
Yeah, he's not dying. Tiny Tim pushing it with the song, I thought.
Yeah, too much.
It's like, ever Kid Rock had the little Joe C.
Yeah.
And it's like, he had that medical condition, and he's like, I want to live life hard and fast, man. And it's like, Joe C., I know you want to have a good 5 years, but I think you should have probably dialed it back a little. Maybe not tour quite as much.
Right.
Maybe not do quite so many rap solos. And I felt the same way about Tiny Tim
Maybe
here.
if you're not singing all these songs about, blessing us all,
I think so.
be around for a bit longer, mate,
I just thought Tiny Tim was not... You didn't need to be the centerpiece of this meal. And I thought that was a failing of the mother and the father.
Okay, stealing focus a bit, Tiny Tim.
And they's as good as killed that child, Sam.
Okay.
On Christmas.
Yes.
Now, as well.
The spirit is starting to look all old. Like, he gets old as he goes through showing Scrooge, you know.
Again, like, it's weird and sad. And, like,
Yeah.
fucking... And I'm going forgetful now, because I'm remember. And he shits himself, and it's like, oh my God. And he's and of course, now he can't control his faculties, so he gets all really big.
Yeah.
And then the
big shit comes out. Big
the
poo.
Bluey's son has gotten really big as well.
Yeah.
And Michael Caine's like, I can't change these big underpants. And as he's doing it, anyway, people are like, there's Scrooge, you old fucking freak.
Yeah. He's been through a lot,
Awful.
this guy.
He's been through a lot. Again, like, no one's got the shirt with, like, the aged ghost of Christmas present.
No. So do you feel after now 2 spirits, he's got he's got the idea. Like, he doesn't need a third
braces.
one. Yeah.
You need to send for the Witch King of Agmar, but they did anyway.
Yes. So
Yes.
of the 3, because we get the third one here, the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come.
Or Y2C.
Essentially, Grim Reaper looking fella.
Very long arms on him. I thought that perhaps someone had maybe done like kind of a cross-reference of like what... Because it could have been Big Bird, I guess, except for the digits. Because it's quite a stocky figure, you know?
And different universe, of course, Big Bird comes from. You know, that's...
Well, does Big Bird never get on the Muppets?
No, I don't think there's ever been a crossover between those two.
But Kermit can just fucking waltz into Sesame Street whenever he damn well pleases.
I think they're licensed to different companies.
Like Big Man on Town, like, you just kind of fucking show up, like.
Yeah.
Well, this is meant to be a floating office. Actually, it's Mr. Frog's desk when he elects to show up, like.
Kevin, which is the scariest of the 3 spirits, please?
Egg spirit. Egg spirit.
According to Gonzo and Rizzo, this is the scary one, because they literally like, we're going to fuck off until the end. This is too scary. Good luck, everyone. And we get to see Scrooge's future, where it's all rainy and shit and there's pigs.
Is Scroocher, as it were. And there's a bunch of...
His Screscent and his Scroocher.
There's a bunch of dirty old pigs be like, I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah.
And like, at this point, man, you've been on your hands and knees crying every 2 seconds. You're like, perhaps it's not me. Get with the program.
Yeah.
Come on. It's obviously you.
Spirit, I know this could be, mate, that is you. It's your fucking stuff they're selling to a spider, you fucking idiot. Come on, think it through.
Oh, you'd hate that to happen, wouldn't you, Sam?
If I die...
A big, horrible spider getting your stuff.
If I die, don't let a spider get all of its fucking 8 legs on my bits and bobs, please. I don't mean my body, I mean my possessions. Don't let a spider touch my stuff. That's my... I'm going to put that in my will.
You're saying there that seems to imply that you're okay with them going after your willy and your balls and stuff, because you said my possessions.
Yeah, I count them as my possessions.
I'd say, your bits, your bobs, your bits and your bobs as well,
Never let a spider touch any of those, please, and that's going to be in my will.
Or a spider Muppet in this case.
Yeah, worse, if anything.
Definitely.
Imagine that spider... No, don't imagine that. I was going to say, imagine that spider Muppet thing, the puppet.
In your bed.
Got left in like a storage thing and got filled with spiders. Rank. What a horrible thought. Merry Christmas, everyone. We go back to... We go back after that to Tiny Tim's house. Bob Cratchit's coming home, but he's been taking a little bit longer the last few days.
Hey, lazy fucker, go home.
Well, you say that, but his son, Tiny Tim, has, of course, perished. He's been going to see the little spot for him on the hill where he can watch the ducks, because he's dead.
The problem as well is, like, Miss Piggy then, when they have her be like, I am not crying. Shut up. Like, it's just... Trying to play her as this like straight fucking sad character, like, oh, and Miss Piggy as the bereaved mother, like,
yeah,
I am not crying. I don't care. That's my youngest is dead. What is this? What? You want that on Christmas on a night out?
I think Kermit can carry a lot of emotion and do a lot of heavy lifting here. Like, I think genuinely, as a grieving father of a little dead boy, Kermit does a great job. That's my opinion. Miss Piggy, I agree, less appropriate. Works less.
Felt less was perhaps more in this case.
Sure.
But at least they didn't burst into song about, like, empty chairs and empty tables.
Were you sad about little Tiny Tim? Was there any... No,
because I know he's not...
Made it felt.
But the thing is, because I know A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
I know it intimately.
Sure.
He's fine.
Yeah.
You know? T-Double's alive. Don't you worry yourself.
Yeah.
Scrooge, I'll save you the cold fingers. Dust off your grave all you like. You're fine, okay? You're fine.
The fact that he's like not sure what name is on that gravestone is really silly. Like, come on.
Ebenezer. Oh, Ebenezer. Shit.
Oh, no.
Wakes up. Don't worry. It's not your smelly grave. You're just in your smelly bed.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've got Xbox Connect. It's Christmas.
You there, boy. What's today? That's not the right question, I don't think. If you lean out your window and go, what's today? I'm going to be confused and not know how to answer that. What day is it today? Yes.
Shut up, Mr. Sneer, you fucking
Yeah,
prick.
you fucking prick. Fuck
Oi.
you. Yeah.
And we've all known this, someone who is a Christmas prick and then gets struck by kind of a combination of a reflection of their own mortality,
Sure.
but also making up for lost time.
Yep.
And they over-egg the pudding and they get too much Christmas stuff for everyone.
Yeah.
And they can't keep that going then year after year.
No, but it's great for this one day where
This year it's
you know,
good,
the little
yeah.
rabbit boy gets to buy a big turkey. He gives the charity lads loads of money. He gets a little scarf.
By the way, Karma, I know that your dying child is actually fine now, miraculously. But here's a Christmas trick for you. I'm coming to dinner, and I'm taking the whole town with me, and we're doing it in your shit
Right.
gaff.
Now, yes, so, okay.
No.
No, so Scrooge has changed, and he's gone around, he's given everyone money,
Has he?
and he's been given a present, a little scarf, and it's a nice marker that something has changed when he has the red scarf that he's given to, that Beaker gives to him. That's nice. He's not had a gift like that. But yeah, the fact that he's doing Christmas dinner, he has a house, Scrooge. It's
He does,
presumably
a big old
bigger
house.
than Bob Cratchit's. But he's like, would you join us? will you join us for
you?
Christmas dinner here in your house? In we come. You've got to cook it. Off we go. And here's all of the people off the street.
Yeah, they're around the block as well.
Yeah.
They're around the block.
Fred's
And
there,
of course,
they're
they're
fucking
all-
free dinner.
And of course, they're all out of the snow,
Yeah.
all the soot on the carpet and all that. You might as well kill Tiny Tim all over again. Like, you know, he's as good as dead at this rate. Like,
Well, the implication is that Tiny Tim will be okay because he's having nice big dinners. I genuinely, that's what I think it is suggesting. That like
he'll be fine. He just needs a good dinner. That's
just
all.
needs nice hot,
Just
big
needs
hot
the
dinners.
good dinner.
Yeah.
You don't get dead eating dinners.
No.
All right, we've said it before here.
And then we get the little reveal, you know, and Tiny Tim, who did not die, and so we know Tiny Tim's fine, and we get God blesses everyone, and they sing
Everyone is.
the love.
Everyone
we
is.
have.
From the 5 boroughs to yours home. God bless us, every one of us. And here's a little something for you, Tone. All right, Skip.
Kevin,
Happy Christmas, huh?
Kevin, because I made you watch the extended edition, you now know that there's a song where it's when love is gone, but at the end they're all singing the love we found. They found love. He had lost it.
Oh,
We carry with us,
lost
so
it.
we're never quite alone.
Gone and found.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, it all comes. It's you like that in musicals when something repeats itself and it comes back and it contextualizes things. That's nice, isn't it? It's good. Can I just point out one little fact that I tell Sophie every year because I'm a boring bastard?
Go on then, boring bastard.
In the background, when Michael's singing, there's a little shop called Micklewhite's, and of course, Michael Caine's real name is Maurice Micklewhite, so it's a little tribute to Michael there. Yeah, how
about that?
So it's all lovely stuff with the Muppets. What a great Christmas film, and I think because it's Cinema Swirl and I've got to give the rating at the end, I'm going to go that 5-star wipes and we'll go home happy. You heard it here first. Thanks, everyone. Lovely stuff. Merry Christmas, Kevin. I'll see you in the new year, mate. All right, bye.
It's fine. It's all right. It's fine.
Okay,
It's like,
sure.
it's fine.
It's fine.
You know?
It's fine. You didn't hate it.
No, but like, I think a lot of the reasons why I liked it
Yeah.
were probably not because it was a Muppets thing.
Okay.
It felt like a very competently made rendition of A Christmas Carol.
Great.
With a great performance from Michael Caine, who played it straight as an arrow
Yes.
throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
At points, I guess I was quite happy that they were reserved with the Muppet use.
Sure.
In that, you know, other than Rizzo, I don't think there's anyone who's really like, "Rah," like, you know, kind of, stealing scenes and stuff like that. Most of the Muppets played it rather straight. And I think most of the joy of the Muppets came from background stuff.
Yeah.
Which is what I was expecting to begin with. But it did kind of at the end make me kind of like almost be like I almost felt like if you didn't have the Muppets in it, it wouldn't like ruin the movie somehow. You know, it's
What
like
do you mean? If
it like that the thing that was good about it was that it was, you know, beautifully put together,
Yeah.
nice music,
Right.
good performances, and like and like there happens to be some Muppets.
Yeah.
You know, which was odd to say that it felt like at the heart of it, if there was one thing that was not strictly the most necessary thing, like I felt you could have replaced them with like animated Disney characters and had it be like like Roger Rabbit or something like that, and they're there as well, and Mickey reprises his role as Bob Cratchit. He says, assuming that's exactly the role that Mickey played in another version of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt hard to kind of hold it up and be like, yes, this is the sheer perfection.
Okay.
Because so much of it was kind of like, yeah, it's like, you know, it's Christmas Carol, yeah.
But I think that's what a lot of people love about this, is that it's one of the
It's played straight,
most
like, yeah.
kind of faithful adaptations of A Christmas Carol.
It
in
is,
film.
yeah.
It just happens to have
some
in
Muppets in it.
Yeah.
And that's perhaps the secret.
Yeah.
That's maybe how Muppets in Space fell by the wayside. Perhaps they should have just done 2001 and happened to have some Muppets in there as
Yeah.
well. So I guess it was a weird situation where I guess them happening to have Muppets was both its great strength, but also I think it was a little bit like, I was expecting them to do more, I guess.
Was it kind of disappointing how non-Muppety it was? It didn't over-Muppet itself.
And I that's the thing is, I can't say it's disappointing because
Yeah.
like I was kind of dreading a lot of the Muppet
Yeah.
stuff, if I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, yeah.
And the fact that Miss Piggy only had like 6 lines, I was like, thank fucking God. Like, or Fozzie Bear only had like 3 or 4 lines. I was like, oh, that's not so bad then. So yeah, I think that it was mostly a really nice, heartfelt
Yeah.
musical with Michael Caine, and it happened to be that there was all these like, you know, it's like I had a nice dinner and there was a bowl of sweets in the side at the same time.
Okay.
And the sweets did not make the dinner at all.
But it doesn't mean the dinner's bad.
No, it did. The dinner was still really good.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely, like I'm not saying like I want to get rid of all the Muppets, but like if you got rid of the Muppets in this movie, it's still a really good Christmas movie. It should probably be like 45 minutes, like a BBC
Television
special at
special,
Christmas. Yeah. But like you could have replaced the Muppets with Aardman characters. You could have replaced them with Nintendo characters. You know, it felt like ultimately at the heart of it. I don't want to say they were strictly unnecessary, but they weren't like, oh, it's all about the Muppet. Like, the fact that everyone is walking around with, like, Muppets, this and that.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's your Michael Caine fucking shirt? That's who should be on that, like.
Well, I've got a little... there's a bit of Michael behind me in the Sam Chaplin Cinema Swirl studio. I get your point, like, you know, but I think that's what's beloved about it.
But you grew up with it, so you'll never see it through the eyes that I see it.
No. Look, this is the joy and indeed the curse of reverse swirl, in the shoe is on the other foot, and I'm trying to sort of convince you of the magic of this. But I think you liked it.
Oh, it did, yeah. It got me proper Christmassy.
You
Like
haven't-
watching this with Joe and unborn baby on a big toasty bed.
Lovely.
You know, we had a lot. I had a lot of nice memories of watching this. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Even if a lot of those memories were my wife losing most of her faculties because of the phrase "Mr. Bitch."
There goes Mr. Bitch.
But yeah, I don't think I could say my enjoyment of this movie was because of the Muppets.
No. Okay.
Nor would I say I enjoyed it in spite of the Muppets.
No.
It's almost as if the makers of this movie knew that if they put in as many Muppets as I would have expected, I would have been trying to enjoy this movie in spite of the Muppets.
But does that therefore mean it's included the right amount of Muppets? And this is like, you know, in terms of the meal analogy, they've actually seasoned it with a good amount of Muppet, which is maybe an unusual flavour. But
No, it's not a seasoning. It's a side. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
I'm fucking shotgunning celebrations into myself while I'm eating my turkey and gravy here. Is what I feel
It
like.
might
You know.
work. It might just work.
Look, instead of sitting down to that meal, would I like to sit in front of the fire and just eat a big bowl of celebrations, i.e. just watch panning shots of Dickensian London where it's like, I'm an artichoke,
Sure.
I'm a hound dog. Yeah, sure, fine. That was fun.
Yeah.
But
although I think when you do that, you get that fucking Muppets office thing that they made, and it's like, it's not good.
I don't think any of my favourite Muppet stuff involved any of the main Muppets.
Okay, but yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I don't think I was like, oh, Animal or like, you know, Gonzo was a good choice for the narrator.
Yeah.
I didn't have particular fun with Rizzo.
Okay.
Kermit was like, a great dramatic performance. Dare I say he didn't have much in the way of like yucks to dispense, but it didn't feel like it was trying that hard to be funny. I guess that's the one thing I thought was a bit shocking about it was how earnestly, like, whimsically Christmas it was. There were some funny bits here and there, but it was like, in the way that a Star Wars movie has funny bits in it, it's not trying to be a comedy.
No.
It felt way less like a comedy and way more like a Christmas musical. And it was a good Christmas musical.
Okay. Yeah, it's mainly Rizzo and Gonzo giving you the laughs here.
Even though I'm no closer to knowing anything about this world of Muppets, which we find ourselves in, but I'm happy to give a star rating, a wiped star rating, while you, with your fucking sour face...
Okay. It doesn't sound like
Gonna go watch it again going...
No, I think we're okay. It doesn't sound like there's loads that you dislike about it. So with that in mind, aside from Rizzo and Miss Piggy, really, it's a couple of those felt Muppets that you're not into, but...
It feels...
I don't know why I've set balloons off on my webcam bags.
It feels a little bit like when... I don't know if it's ever happened to you where someone's like, oh, you got to try the beef sandwich from this place or whatever it is. Or the famous chicken sandwich.
It's pressure.
I remember like friends in Cork and being like, oh, wait till you try the breast to the bun. This chicken sandwich is unlike anything you've ever had.
Yeah.
You haven't. You're like, that's a very good chicken sandwich.
This is what the entirety of Cinema Swirl has felt like to me, though, in a lot of ways.
Tell you what, I did watch Big Lebowski last night. Oh, a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, a good. But I did feel like there was an element of it where it was ultimately like, is that it? Like,
Yeah.
because it did just feel like something that was expected.
Yep.
As advertised.
Does what
And
it says on the
was good.
tin. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the Muppet Christmas Carol.
And it is 3.5 wiped stars.
You heard it here first, and Merry Christmas, one and all. God bless us all. Yay! Merry Christmas. Lovely stuff.
You only gave it 3.5 stars? Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
You heard it here first, everyone. There we go.